Alright, hello everyone. Today we're going to be talking about biotic and abiotic factors. Where a species is found and how many individuals exist in an area is not random. It is determined by a combination of biotic and abiotic factors acting simultaneously. So let's start with biotic. So biotic factors are influences from other living organisms within the ecosystem. So remember, biotic equals living factors. So that's going to be things like food availability. So the abundance of food directly limits population size. Where the food is plentiful, populations can grow. Where it is scarce, populations are restricted in size and distribution. So examples, food availability. Another one is competition. So competition refers to species competing for the same limited resources. Food, we have food, water, territory, mates, reduces the fitness of both. Interspecific competition between different species can exclude one species from an area entirely. Intraspecific competition within the same species intensifies as population density increases. So we have competition. And we also have predation. Now, predators limit the size and distribution of prey populations. High predator density in an area reduces prey abundance there. Prey species may be absent from areas where predation pressure is consistently high. So that's predation. Disease. So pathogens reduce population size and can restrict areas where disease prevalence is lower. High density populations are particularly vulnerable as disease transmits more readily. Okay, now let's look at abiotic factors. So abiotic is opposite to biotic. It is non-living factors. Okay. So the first one we're going to look at is space and shelter. So physical space limits population density. Shelter availability influences where species can survive, breed, and avoid predation. Species requiring specific shelter types are restricted to areas where those structures exist. Another one we'll look at is water availability. So water is essential for all life processes. Species distribution closely follows water availability. Terrestrial species concentrate around reliable water sources, and aquatic species are constrained by the extent of water bodies. All right. And nutrients is another one. So soil nutrient content determines plant distribution, which in turn influences all organisms that depend on those plants. In aquatic systems, nutrient concentrations affect algal and invertebrate communities. There's also more general environmental conditions. So we're looking at temperature, light, intensity, salinity, pH, and humidity, all define the range of conditions within which a species can survive and reproduce. Species are only found within their tolerance range for each variable. Okay, now we also need to look at the interaction of these factors. So biotic and abiotic factors do not act in isolation, they interact. A change in an abiotic factor, such as rainfall, affects water availability, which alters plant growth, which changes food availability for herbivores, which then affects predator populations. So they interact with each other. To summarize, the distribution and abundance of species is shaped by biotic factors, so food availability, competition, predation, and disease, and abiotic factors, space, shelter, water, nutrients, and environmental conditions, such as temperature and pH. These factors interact, meaning a change in one can cascade through the system. Species are only found where both their biotic and abiotic requirements are met simultaneously. Follow for daily QCAA content.